Tigor gets is there are more detailing on it. The headlight profile remains is something that you've already seen, but there's more detailing on it, and these two things are new again. Yep, that is what it is. The bumper, something that you've seen again. Yeah, so let me show you how it looks from this side. Yeah, from the looks of it, I don't know if it's evident, but the wheelbase has been increased, and that has been done, as Pratap says, and also the company says, for more legroom. I'll show you the legroom also. But so the rear is new. The half, it's totally newly designed. Okay, let me show you. Let me tell you about the different things here. That's the new tail light. Gets these hexagonal detailing. Goes with the brand. I mean, you will see a lot of hexagonal elements. The bumper, the tail lamps again. So it's obvious that from post B pillar onwards, it's a new design. They have Tata Motors claims that now that's the boot. The boot of the Tigor looks pretty nice. Now this is something that I wanted to show you all. If you've seen conventional boots, you'll see a goose hinge here. So what happens is, whenever a manufacturer tells you about the boot space, they actually mean the entire space, but because of these hinges you cannot use every possible bit of the boot space. Here what Tata Motors have done is they've used this mechanism, the folding mechanism. Now basically what it does is the entire boot is there for you to use it, and these joints have just made it little organized. Yeah, that is what it is. I will close this. There's the chrome bar. Okay, I'm sure you've seen the LED lights. I guess that should be a signature thing going ahead for all the cars. You've seen the rear, the new doors, larger doors. Now come to the main thing. That's the rear seat. Now that the wheelbase has gone more, there's more legroom, and the hip point of the rear seats have gone down a little bit. Okay, there's one more thing is this section. Anis, can you point this section? Okay, now normally in other cars you will see a hard plastic section here, but what Tatas have done for Tigor is they've gone for this soft fabric kind of a thing, so that whenever you're leaving or whenever you're entering the cabin, the rear part, you will not get hurt. So that's there. My only concern is if someone elderly just tries to come down, will that lower hit point be something that we need to think of? But I will only tell you when the detailed review is up. That's the new. That's not the new design. I think they've just played around with the colors, the plastic trim. So yeah, let me show you how the front dashboard looks. Alright, so right now I'm inside the Tigor. Okay, and I think I'll show you the dashboard. Alright, so these are the full-on black fabric seats. This is the XZ variant, which in most likelihood will be the top-end variant of the Tigor. So they've not told us the variant naming or what all will be top, but I mean, if you can compare that with the Tiago, the XZ should be the top-end variant. The front dashboard design is same, identical to Tiago. It gets a touchscreen infotainment system, and as usual, as seen as in new age Tata cars, the sound quality is really nice. Whatever you've seen of brushed aluminum or glossy finish in the Tiago has been replaced by these piano black finish. That's again piano black. Here piano black. One more thing that they've said is added a 12-volt charging socket here, so there's two of them now. You see the conventional options: USB, aux-in, SD card for connectivity. Opening the boot can be not, so there's no lever for that. There's just a button. There's a button here. Yes, if you can see the button. Guys, also I'm really sorry if you ask me questions if it's better than the competition and all. I cannot answer that because there's embargo, but I can just show you the car for now. I'll show you how. That's the steering wheel, the signature steering wheel that we've already seen in the Bold, Zest and all. The color trim is different. So here you see fabric that was not there in the Tiago. We've just kept our things. Yeah, I will show you around again. So yeah, I mean, okay, in terms of engines, it gets the 1 liter diesel and the 1.2 liter petrol Revotron. It's a 3-cylinder motor. Right now we are driving the diesel, the 1 liter. Makes around 70 PS and 140 Newton meters. Abhishek, we are kind of at the outskirts, so that's the reason the video quality is not that great. Okay, that's the diesel Revotalk engine layout. Interesting. I'm sure a lot of you would be wondering why are we not telling you how the motor feels. Because there's an embargo on everything which concerns our opinions, so we cannot tell you how does it feel to drive it now. But I think in today is Friday.
Yeah.
So stay tuned to Overdrive because this Sunday is when the detailed first drive review should be up, and it is only then that we can tell you how does the car feel. Oh, I think we kind of missed this. So this hexagonal detailing has been carried on here also. Wow. Anyways, I think you guys have seen the car pretty.